Good morning, everyone. To the CLC Board of Directors, honored guests, Central Church, Collierville Literacy staff, colleagues, our distinguished graduates. It is with great pleasure to greet you all to the 2019 Collierville Literacy Council Commencement. With Tamma Halfaker, our board president, I extend my warmest congratulations to those being honored today and acknowledge the support that has helped you along the way. To all the family and friends, and to those who could not be here in person, but are thinking and praying for you today as we celebrate this moment, thank you. Thank you for the encouragement that you have offered, and in many cases for the sacrifices that you have made so that your student can earn their high school diploma. Graduates, will you please take a moment to acknowledge all those who supported you near and far, your tutor or your teacher, our staff, your peers, other graduates that you met along the way. Let's give them a round of applause. If you were in the room, in fact, would you please stand so that we can acknowledge you and show our gratitude to you. Those who supported your graduates, please stand. Moms, dads, aunts, uncles, wives, husbands. And Penny Aronson, our high school equivalency coordinator, and Alejandro Morton, our student services coordinator, please stand. We'd like to thank you all. Years ago, a lady by the name of Betty Noe started this program with just 3 students who were reading below an 8th grade level. She wasn't sure if there was a real need for adult literacy in Collierville, but wanted to offer literacy services to the community to find out. Sure enough, as the years went by, the need grew. And we added, at that time, GED Prep, which is now HiSET, English as a second language, citizenship, and career readiness, and expanded to communities throughout Shelby County. The CLC has served students from 31 countries and over 2,000 students in just 1 year's time. I recently had the pleasure of meeting Betty Noe's daughter, who said that Betty was in love with serving others. She was in love with caring for those who felt like life had given up on them, and passionate about every adult having the opportunity to access the best education for a better future. As I shared the mission of the Literacy Council with Betty's daughter, she was charged with joy, smiles, and tears to see how the legacy of literacy her mom started is continuing with the same passion today. Class of 2019, we are here today to participate in the praise and wonder of your achievements. You have shown us that you challenge boundaries, you break out of them and redefine them. Today is a moment to reflect on how you spent your time at the Collierville Literacy Council and how it is essential to your future. Today, there are individuals who are the first high school graduate in their family. Some of you have braved illnesses and other personal challenges and losses, but your achievement is expressed in the stack of certificates behind me. As I look at you, I see both great accomplishment and great hope. I expect you will share the learning and believing in which you have engaged. I expect you to push boundaries, challenge ideas, and have great vision for what your future should be. Kofi Annan, the former Secretary General of the United Nations, said, "Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society and in every family. Let this defining moment change the course of not only your life, but of the lives of your children and your children's children. Thank you so much for letting the Collierville Literacy Council be a part of your journey. My prayer is that you will know great happiness and that you will continue to be a force of good in the world. Education is your heritage. Don't take it for granted. This is the charge that comes with your diploma. Congratulations.
It is my honor to introduce both of our speakers today. First, for our commencement address, Mr. Ed Colvin, founder of Colvin Communications, who has more than 30 years of management, leadership, team building, and communication skills training. Ed went to Southside High School when it was in one of the worst parts of town. He thanks teachers who helped him find the passion in a few subjects, a mother who guided him, and some good luck for helping him stay out of trouble and go on to college. His luck continued and landed him at FedEx Express for over 33 years, where he was a member of their management team for over 18 years. 6 years of those, he managed the domestic operations and 12 in the international division. He was selected for a special assignment to facilitate diversity workshops for managers and frontline employees. His work allowed him to travel all over the world. Ed has been a consultant for Memphis Race Relations and Diversity Institute and worked with corporations, schools, and nonprofits throughout the United States. He also does voiceovers and radio. He is best known as the world's biggest Humphrey Bogart fan. He credits his success to a belief in family, faith, and fitness of the spirit, mind, and body. Our next speaker is John Alvear, who is our graduate address. John will be sharing his path to getting his high school diploma, sometimes filled with darkness. Thank you.
Good morning. I bet you I know who the most nervous person in the room is, and that would be me. When I met Penny a few weeks ago, and they said, be careful what you wish for may come true. We sat next to each other in America's Training and Developers meeting, and we started talking, and she said, would you like to come and speak to my students? I said, I talk to kids all the time. I'm thinking 8th, 9th, 6th, 7th grade. And next thing you know, she said, I want you to speak at our commencement graduation. I'll get you for that one. Having said all that, I won't say all the congratulations that we've already heard, and we're going to hear some more. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm proud of this part of town. And I have my little script, and I'll do my best to stick to it. And it's going to be significantly difficult for me to stand still. And I was telling Penny that I move around a lot. So I'm going to stay as still as I can right here at the podium. It is not about me today, it's about the graduate, so bear with me. One of the first things I was concerned with was, what am I going to say? Who are you and what do you have to tell people? Are you going to be boring? And most definitely don't run over time. So I'll make sure I don't do either one of those things. I have a script in front of me, but I don't have a scripted life. So I'm pretty sure I will not stick to this script. What I want to make sure that I don't do is disappoint anybody. So I decided I'm just going to be myself. And that's Miss Ed Colvin's firstborn son. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a baby boomer. We lived in North Memphis a significant part of my life, and we made the transition and moved to South Memphis. Penny, I graduated from the Southside High School, so don't forget. During the time, that was before busing, and anybody that's been around for a while, we have our stories about busing. Grew up in a predominantly Italian neighborhood. We were the third black family to move on the street. And if you're expecting horror stories, you won't have any from me. Everybody got along. Everybody was just blue-collar workers trying to make it. I lived in this area they call Cookie Land, because a block or so from my house, there was actually a cookie factory. Me being the entrepreneur that I was in the 7th grade every morning until I got busted, I I would go by the cookie factory and buy a 25-cent box of cookies, 50 cookies in a box. I'd wait until lunchtime and I'd find my little secluded spot and I'd sell them for 3 cents a piece. Hey, what can I tell you? After a significant period of time, everybody got hip to what was going on, and Mr. Wallace Wilborn, may he rest in peace, set me down and told me until I got a business license there would be no more cookie selling. And in the 7th grade, I had no idea where to get the license. So what I would do is I'd sell the cookies before I got on the school campus. My mother and my father were two of my heroes, and my grandmother. My dad had cancer all his life. All of my childhood, I had no idea. They did what parents do. They took us out, did the kid thing. I didn't find out until I got to be maybe 9th, 10th grade that he had been sick for a long time. But that's neither here nor there. In my neighborhood, it was pretty tough. I wasn't a tough guy. I was like 120 pounds soaking wet. I would always tell people I'm light as a feather, but I'm tough as leather. Not really, I just had a big mouth. Growing up in that neighborhood, either you were going to be part of what was going on, or you'd be on the periphery. I decided that I wanted to be part of all the stuff that was going on. I wasn't a bad guy. I just did some of the things that bad guys did. And I can remember distinctly when I was in the 8th grade, 3 of my friends, and the names would be changed to protect the innocent. Let's say the Jefferson brothers. They pulled up at my house in the 8th grade in a brand new Bonneville. I don't even think they make them anymore. They said, let's go for a ride. I got my uncle's car. I said, wow, let me grab my jacket. I'm gonna go riding with my buddies. My mom said, you finished your homework yet? I said, nah, I'll finish it when I get back. She said, no, you're not. You're gonna finish the homework before you go. Now, I've already told my friends that I was gonna ride with them and hang out, so now I got to go back outside, tell them that I'm not going. And you know what they called me, all these names. Oh, your mama's boy, blah, blah, blah. I was mad at mom all night for not letting me go with the Jefferson brothers. So I got back to school the next day. Larry Jefferson took classes with me, so we shared a locker. He normally would get there before everybody, before I would. When I opened up the locker, his books were still there. I didn't think anything of it, just a little late. Around the 2nd or 3rd period, still didn't see Larry. And at lunchtime, word on campus was that the Jefferson brothers were down in juvenile court